what's up, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of Cuy Borracho. I am your drunk guinea pig, Sammi Rudkus, and here with me is Jon Dubost, our master certified personal trainer, sports nutritionist consultant. So, no further ado, let's dive right in. How are we doing today, Johnny? Doing all right?
Rick, how are you doing,
Good,
sir? Great.
good, good. Glad to hear it. I am standing by with my trusty glass of vodka to get me through this and seeing where we will find ourselves. But I guess maybe the first thing to do is talk about last week, yeah?
Yeah, how'd it go?
I tell you, there was two things that stood out to me. It was incredible how powerful the part of your mind that doesn't want to do something can actually be. I mean, these tasks were fucking simple. I had to go outside for 5 minutes a day, drink a glass of water, and still my brain was like, "Fuck you, I'm not doing it." And it was crazy. I figured the idea would be we start these things slowly, right? I'd have no problem doing it at all, but still, that little piece of my brain, wants to get in the middle of me doing these little things. What do you think that's about?
I mean, if you read the sign behind me, be stronger than your excuses, right? I think it can be a little easier said than done, but once you get moving, I think the ball will start rolling.
Well, I remember when you gave me the instructions. You told me that these I needed to do these tasks when I first wake up, right? So I figured if I didn't go to bed, uh, then I had nothing to do, right? So I didn't sleep on Sunday, I didn't sleep on Thursday, right? So there was nothing to do on Monday or Friday, right?
I guess I should keep in mind loopholes then in the
Right?
tasks.
You know who you're dealing with here, of course. Yeah, there are going to be loopholes all the time. So, and then the stretching too. Look at this. This was strange to me, right? We talked a little bit last week about order of doing these things. Do I have the glass of water first? Do I go outside first? Do I do the stretching first? Right? Uh, the stretching turned out to be the most difficult task to do. Even though it's 30 seconds. It's 30 seconds, you know, moment of my morning, and all because uh, by doing the stretching after I went outside, I had to go back upstairs. And my fucking brain was like, wait, upstairs, that's too far because you're asking too much from me now. You got to go back upstairs to stretch? No, no, no. Can't do this. So
Hmm.
I think maybe in moving forward on this, I have to be mindful of these things. And I have to say, okay, what's the order of operations that I'm going to be least resistant to, right? I mean, I suppose if I do every fucking task, it doesn't matter what order I do them in. Uh,
As long as you're doing the tasks.
right, exactly. So I think
Yeah.
with that in mind, I just think I'll keep that in mind. So I will say the flip side of it is that with each of the tasks or with each day that would go on, I would find myself a little more resistant to drinking too late into the night, or to staying up too late, right? Because I know I got to get up and I got to do something the next day. I wasn't terribly happy about that, but I'll be honest. I'll be truthful when I need to be, when it suits me.
But see, that's really good. And that's the whole idea, isn't it? Me trying to push you into a healthier lifestyle. So the fact that your late night drinking did not go as late night as you expected because you have to get up and perform this task the next day is wonderful news to me.
Well, I'm glad somebody's happy in this.
Every once in a while.
What's our lesson of the day, Big Bird? What's the thing you want to lean into today? You want to share with us the nature of good health and all that happy shit.
Ah, yes, yes, the informative bit. Well, this week I decided to each week I'm kind of leaning into different topics and considering we're starting off foundationally, very simple things. So I wanted to lean into something very foundational, like one of the few things when it comes to health and fitness that's most important. And one of those things is consistency. Would you agree with that?
I mean, I haven't been consistent in anything except drinking my entire life, but it's served me well as it can. So yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it has other applications and other values and other ways, other parts of life as well.
Well, at least you've been consistent with something. So hopefully
Yeah.
that can carry over into the exercise and the wellness, and you can see the wondrous benefits in your life.
Okay, calm down there. Calm down.
But when it comes to consistency, it's one of the most foundational things when it comes to exercise and wellness. Because if I can't stick, if I have a goal like you do in mind, right? You have a specific goal in mind, and I can't stick to a long-term plan, it's going to be very difficult for me to be able to reach that goal because I need to make sure that I am consistently doing these different things, whether it's dietary, whether it's exercise, whether it's stretching, depending on my goal, to actually achieve that goal in the long run. Because if, let's say I'm looking to lose weight, let's say I'm looking to lose body fat like you are. So if, and we call these people weekend warriors, right? So if all week long I'm really strict with my diet, and then over the weekend I'm eating pizza and stromboli and everything Italian, obviously spaghetti, all these different unhealthy foods, donuts, ice cream. Well, then Monday comes around, and you may have just erased all the progress you made during that whole week. So, what was the point of even going through that whole week if the weekend I become inconsistent and I completely just erase all of it?
So you're saying that consistency is only important because it ensures that that you make consistent gains, that you don't lose your gains, or is there more to consistency than just not losing gains?
Well, I mean, the main thing is that we have a long term goal in mind. And if there isn't steps towards that goal and consistency, right, I'm making sure I'm sticking to the plan. Now, moderation is key when it comes to health and wellness, right? I don't want to like, it's quite unsustainable, especially as a beginner, to say I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m. every day, to say I'm going to eat nothing but rice, plain rice and chicken and broccoli for every lunch and dinner, right? As a beginner, that's very unsustainable. So your likelihood of being consistent is very low, unless you're like straight out of the military and have that crazy mindset. And most people don't. And that's just the truth behind it. So you need to start with baby steps. A lot of people, when it comes to when they start a new exercise program or diet, they tend to jump on a lot of fads, these quick fixes. And you said you had done that previously?
Uh, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Just yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, keep going.
Now, they can get you results. Obviously, you're moving. Some may even give you like dietary advice. And of course, those are good and all. But a lot of people would finish them and then they complete. It's called the boomerang effect, rubber band effect. You just go right back to where you were before because no new habits were learned. They were very unsustainable because a lot of them are very extreme because people want fast progress. The problem with this day and age is people want immediate gratification, instant gratification. I think that's what it's called. And when exercise in the long term, when you want really good health and wellness benefits, a lot of it is very slow. And that's what we're doing, right? We're leaning into it. We're not doing anything too extreme. And if you want sustainable progress, sustainable results, well, then you want to make sure it's slow. So that way you can learn some habits and it's not so extreme that when you finish everything, like a lot of people don't even know where to go from there. They're like, oh, I'll just go back to eating pizza and chips. And then they just gain 50 pounds back. And now they're right back where they started.
So you're telling me that consistency isn't just about not losing the gains, but also about fucking getting in a mindset of habitual activity, something like that.
Well,
Am
you're
I
learning good
following
habits.
correctly?
The
Yeah.
whole idea is to implement good habits over time because it takes more than a week to develop a good habit.
So you find it difficult to live this healthy lifestyle you speak of?
No, absolutely not.
Because it seems fucking miserable to me.
And the funny thing is, it sounds miserable when your life is full of rainbows and alcohol. But when you go to implement these good habits, it's not that some things may not be exactly what you want. It's not necessarily the act of doing it, but it's what it does for you, how it makes you feel.
Are you trying to tell me that by being consistent, by consistently doing something I hate to do, I'll learn to not hate it? Is that really the message you're trying to deliver here?
That's the hope within time.
Oh, fuck. So with a lot of hate and a lot of hope and a little bit of consistency,
You can do anything. You can do anything.
You can do anything.
Now, depending on how much, maybe the hate over time. may decrease because your love for it will increase.
Maybe we should get a math major on here as a guest and have them write this out as an equation for us. Hate over time, carrying hope, divided by consistency.
Have you ever thought about like taking a screwdriver, right? Like the orange juice vodka, and just taking out the vodka and just having the orange juice? Because I
Wait,
might be
hang
onto
on,
something.
wait. Could you explain? Could you say that for me one more time, but slower? What was that?
So you have the vodka, you have the orange juice. Remove the vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Just have the orange juice.
So,
You could try that. Vitamin C, right? Vitamin
so,
C.
so, so you're saying drink the vodka straight and then chase it with orange juice.
No, 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 no. Just the orange juice would be good. Maybe vodka in the drain. That would be sweet. I
Why
would,
would
I
I
would,
do? Why would I
I
do
would,
that?
I would give you a standing ovation if you did that.
And I'm going to send you a
That'd be
video. I'm going to
amazing.
send you a video of how many bottles of vodka I
Oh
emptied
no,
this
no,
week.
no, no,
Um,
no! You can't do that
yeah.
to me. You can't do that to me.
Do you want to know how much vodka I've drank since last Sunday we met?
Not necessarily.
Well, I'm going to tell you
I'm
anyway. I'm going to
afraid
tell you
to
anyway.
know.
Tell you
I'm
anyway.
afraid to know.
Tell you anyway. Tell you anyway. Tell you
Okay,
anyway. Tell you anyway.
please tell me.
Tell you anyway. Tell you anyway. Three and a half fifths. Is that a lot in a week? That's that's almost what is that? That's 1 point. That's almost 3 liters of vodka in a week. Is that too much in a week? In a week's time?
I feel like if you tried to replace that with water, you'd feel so much better.
I mean, you look, before we started this, the only way that I got my water intake was through my ice cubes. So take what you can get. Yeah. So all right, fine.
Absolutely. And then maybe the last cocktail you don't have it, and then you just have the water,
Don't push your fucking luck, man.
and
You
then
know,
you have the water. That's pretty good.
you like pushing your luck, but
I know. Hey, that's my job,
keep it
right? My job
up.
is to guide. I'm guiding you in a good direction, guiding you.
All right. So all that settled. So where are we headed this week? What do you got me doing other than drinking more water between my fucking drinks? That's my own fault. I volunteered myself for that. That's on me. What's on my to-do list this week, huh?
So, three different tasks, right? You have the activities, so you're just going to go outside for 5 minutes, right?
Right.
And something that would be really good, right? I would suggest some sort of cold plunge. And you said it was getting a little colder this time of year, right?
Yeah.
So you can try this to where you go outside and then you go in the water because you have a pool outside your house, right? And it may increase alertness and focus because you're doing something you don't necessarily want to do. It may spark something in you to do more things you don't necessarily want to do in a good way.
Yeah. I think the only thing that's going to spark in me is rage, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll give it a shot.
Thankfully, we're separated by a screen. So there's only so much rage that you can give me.
Yeah.
But I would
Yeah.
recommend that because, and also it may reduce the cold exposure, may reduce inflammation.
Okay.
Then,
So I'm gonna throw
then,
myself in the pool. We'll see. We'll see if I like it, if I keep it up. But probably I'll just do it this week and say fuck off after that. But fine. We'll build it in at least this week. See how it goes. So, this is
secondly,
the
so you
yeah,
have your get outside for 5 minutes, and then, so we're adding on from last week. So last week was just to get outside. Now
yeah,
we add in, you're going to try 10 seconds, just not long, right? Just 10 seconds of the cold exposure. You're going to try that, right?
yeah,
And then you're going to, let's see, so we have, and then you're going to do your hamstring stretch that you had done last week for 40 seconds. So there's 10 more seconds than last week. Now be conscientious of how your back feels and then
yeah,
report to me how you feel. And the
yeah.
longer we're holding this stretch for, right, it is elongating your muscle fibers, right? You have more time for that. It promotes more relaxation, flexibility, right? Elongation of the muscle fibers. So we're going to kind of try to push it in that positive direction.
Right. Okay. Very
And then
good.
lastly, we have the dietary.
Yeah, we do.
So when it comes to implementing good habits, we want to make baby steps. So I want to try. I want you to try to get as many green vegetables, whole foods as you possibly can. So this week, what I'm going to suggest to you is that you have try to have a small bowl of greens this week.
Just once this week, I can make that happen, surely.
I would recommend try to have it every day.
Oh,
So
well,
that way you get more of the vitamins and minerals, right? You add more fiber to your diet, adding more bulk, making it less likely that you're going to have more junk throughout the day. You're going to fill yourself up a little bit.
all right. All right.
So
Well,
I think that would be a good implementation for you to try in your lifestyle this week.
I guess I have my assignment for the week, and you are correct. You're lucky there's a screen between us.
I know.
I think that does it for this week. Then we'll be back doing the same shit next week, seeing how this moves along. There it is.
Sounds good to me. Sounds excellent.
All right. See you next week, Johnny.
See you next week, man. See you next week, man.
A take two.
Sounds good, man. That's it. I just wanted to make sure I didn't sound like an idiot. Because I was like, sounds good, man. Some fucking dumb shit. So I think that was fantastic.